Portland Timbers headed to Toronto, Canada on Thursday morning, giving themselves 48 hours in Canada before kicking off with Toronto FC for their first meeting with them since 2022. Big news yesterday, Gage Guerra, a standout for Timbers too, and a 2024 draft pick out of Louisville, is called up to the first team roster for the remainder of the 2025 season.
Gage has probably deserved this. He's deserved the MLS contract 100%. He may, since the San Jose game in the US Open Cup, I think he's shot right to the front. I actually think he's going to put pressure on Kelsey and Pipe Mora. I think that highly of him. He's an out-and-out centre forward. He is a beast. He's a bull. He plays with no fear. I think he's going to be vital over the next 6 games, or for the rest of the season. I think he's going to be vital for the way that we want to play, the competition for places, goals.
With another striker on board, I've been theorizing if the Timbers could play a 4-4-2 formation and get Felipe Mora and Kevin Kelsey on the pitch at the same time. But Phil Neville at his remote press conference today from Toronto talked about how regardless of formation, the system stays the same.
I think consistency is the key. We want to, forget systems. The people talk too much about systems. Probably is that we have a game model, where we want to overload in certain areas, and it doesn't matter what system we play in. The way that we play 3-4-3 is no different than the way we play 4-2-3-1. It's within football nowadays, within games, teams are playing different systems. I actually don't think there are many systems in football anymore. There's just interchanging adaptations of systems against each opposition that you play. So, and the thing is that we have also got 2 centre forwards.
Phil Neville, as a former defender himself, wants to see the center backs get in on the goal scoring action. He talked about it at his press conference today, and it's going to be between Finn Serban, Zach McGraw, Dario Zubric, and eventually Kamal Miller when he comes back from international duty with Canada to get more involved off of set pieces and corners.
I also got the 4 centre backs in. And I said, look, defensively in the box, you're doing well. I said, but there are 2 boxes in a game, and you guys need to start scoring goals. And so I've challenged both ends of the pitch, really, in terms of the need for goals and the way that we want to play.
While Portland are the favorite in the match on Saturday, Toronto played midweek, knocking off some of that rust from a lengthy break. And they're also desperate. Sitting 14th, they need to pick up all the 3-point victories they can at home, considering they are the 2nd worst home team in MLS.
I think the way that we finished against San Jose was disappointing, and now we've got to kick on with the second half of the season. I think I said it after the last game. This is where the points become more important, and this is where the away form in particular, we need to maintain our away form. We need to be good on the road to be successful in this league all the way through the season and into the playoffs. You need to pick up points away from home. You need to be hard to beat. You need to be competitive. You need to handle moments and adversity. And we're going to have to do that tomorrow against a team that will be desperate for the points.
Final bit of good news, David DeCosta, the Timbers' number 10 signing in his debut season in MLS, was named to the All-Star game, which will take place on July 23rd, facing the Liga MX All-Stars. It will be interesting to see what kind of role he plays and how much he plays in that game, considering the Timbers play a huge match at LAFC just 3 days after the game in Austin. That'll do it for the Timbers Media Roundup. I'll talk to you post-game after the match with Toronto.